So for our Cubist picture here, we're going to start with a circle. We're going to put it right in the middle, but then slide it up a little bit higher so we can fit the rest of the body here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace my circle. I'm not going to press too hard with my pencil. So just very lightly. And right below it, so we're going to skip a little space here, maybe about an inch or so. We're going to take our shape and make another circle. And slide your cup just a little over to the side and make part of another circle there. So it looks like a moon shape right here. Now that we have our main big shapes to guide us through our project, we're going to take our black marker and we're going to try to make this into a straight line as you guys go around. Don't worry if the lines overlap a little, that's fine. But try to follow that round shape. Of course, you're going to crop off some of the areas there. And then we're going to do the same thing here. And we're going to do the same thing here. Okay. And let's go ahead and connect the neckline somewhere along that area there. And we're going to put two small lines there. Now let's work on the face. For the face, we're going to get the nose. Let's get the eyebrows in there. And we can put one eye down here, maybe the other one up there. And for the eye, I'm just going to do I'm going to shade that in. I'm going to do the same thing over here, maybe a little bit higher up. Color that in. Let's put a little mouth. And maybe even we can do a hairdo. Let's do a little bit more on this side. All right. Okay, so now right along this area here, we're going to do the guitar strings there. But let's just do another circle there that is going to guide us to make our lines. But of course, we're going to try to mimic the same circle around it. And once we have that circle there, we can start doing some straight lines. You can fit as many as you can in there. And here we can complete it with some straight lines. Maybe we can put some circles on each side for the chord strings. And right along this side here, we're gonna do the shoulders. You can use a ruler for the shoulders. Coming down in one direction and the opposite side as well. Now each one of these is going to be one arm here and then the other arm right along this area. So we're going to just crop these out with more lines that are going to shape that arm like that. And the other one somewhere along this area. There. We can even have the arms extending all the way to the guitar. Another line there. And here we can even do the fingers. I like that better. I'm just going to make a line right there. The final step, I'm just going to go in with my ruler and break up my pieces there. Fragmented with lines coming out and in. Can overlap your lines. Another one over here. So you just decide where it is that you want to break up your areas. I'm also going to add some smaller ones in between to fragment my shapes even more. Can do some horizontal, some vertical ones. But these, I'm going to make them just a little bit smaller than the other ones. And I think we're going to stop there. We have plenty of lines. As you can see, it seems like it's been broken up into different geometric shapes, and I think we're all set. We're ready to add some color to it. So we're going to use our coffee to paint it in. So before I start going in there with the coffee, I'm going to just shade in some of the areas that I want to be darker, and I'm going to focus on just my corners, on the angular pieces that I see. So like where the lines meet, that's a good place to add some of the pencil there. So that way I know that those are going to be my darker areas with my coffee. And you decide where it is that you want your darker areas to be and what corners you want them. So this is the hair up here, so I'm definitely going to do the hair a little bit darker there too. So I'm going to add plenty of color there. I want this to be really dark. I'm going to do one part of the nose darker than the other. And just continue working my way in there. So once you start painting it in, we're going to need to get some of that coffee. Make sure it's instant coffee, and you're going to take a brush and some water. Now I'm going to kind of slide my coffee over to the side there so that I can put some of the water over on this side and then start to bring in my coffee little by little so that it can start dissolving. into that water. Now we're just going to do little by little. We don't want to do the whole thing all at once. So there I have a pretty good brown to work with there. And once I start putting it onto my paper, it just looks nice and solid brown like this. So if I want it lighter, I'll just get water and just do it in some other areas. If you want it even lighter than that, get more water. And it almost seems as if it's just mostly the water that is getting the very, very light tinting in there. You can kind of steal back from the previous areas. So you start to see your different tones of browns happening in your picture. So for my darker areas, I'm going to go in there and add it over my pencil. And then for my lighter areas, I just want to dissolve it with the water. So here's another dark area there. Get some coffee and just dissolve the rest of it. And then we'll continue painting it that way, just to remind us that these are the darker areas there. So we need nice thick coat of that coffee there. And nothing but water on the rest of the areas there. So just a little bit of water, or a little bit of coffee, just to get our lighter tones, darker tones with the pencil areas.